Hello everyone, I'm Apeksha and I'm a member of the Ecological Footprint Initiative at York University. Today I'm going to be talking about unpacking Canada's freight emissions from online shopping. I am a very big online shopping freak. I shop from Amazon every month, but at the same time, I'm also a sustainability enthusiast. So I wondered how to investigate the emissions from online shopping. So here we go. Online shopping is pretty convenient, comes with variety, different prices, are just a click away, and most importantly, our favorite item gets delivered at our doorsteps within a few days or even the very next day. Last few years, or especially the past decade, has seen tremendous growth in the e-commerce industry revenues in Canada, and the number of people shopping online have grown manifolds. The chart on the left reflects that the revenues from online purchases are on the rising trend with an average increase of 8% every year. According to Statistics Canada in 2019, 73% of Canadians or 28 million people shopped online. The year 2020 saw remarkable growth in the revenues with more than 80% of Canadians shopping online. Most of these purchases were made from Amazon, followed by eBay and Walmart. Canada Post believes that this shift in buying from online retail stores than a brick and mortar store is going to be continued and rising even post the pandemic. Convenience comes at a price, but mostly at the cost of the environment. There are so many red flags associated with shipping and delivering products that are bought online. Emissions from the delivery trucks is the major drawback. Moreover, repeated deliveries in case of failed attempts lead to additional emissions. Next day deliveries demand quicker modes such as airplanes that generate far more emissions than the on-road vehicles. Next is a high return rate of products. 40% of the products purchased online are sent back to the seller, which again involves emissions and increased logistics costs. In case the returned goods are damaged, sellers are forced to discard them that ultimately end up in landfills. And of course, excessive and unnecessary packaging is becoming an issue. Shipping boxes constitute a major chunk of the waste. National footprint account numbers were used to assess the data of production and consumption of packaging materials such as carton board and other wrapping papers. We can see that a very steep rise during 2007 and 9, which was assumed to be the rise of this industry, soon after which it has witnessed a steady but incremental growth. Now we'll discuss the major issue here, which is the transport emissions. National footprint accounts provide us extensive data spanning from 1961 until the recent years, and hence were used to analyze the trends. The industry emissions chart on the left shows that transportation sector has generated more emissions than any other major sector in Canada. Towards the right, we can see that out of those emissions, road transport emissions exceed all the other modes by a huge difference. 2018 data below shows that road transport emissions constitute a whopping 80% of the total transport emissions. Online shopping trends have been seen increasing in the recent years. Therefore, let's now assess the data for the recent years. We move on to unpack the split of road emissions. According to Natural Resources Canada, the past 10 years have considerable freight transportation ratio in the greenhouse gas emissions due to road transportation other than the passenger vehicles. This is as high as 42% in the recent years as seen from the chart on the right. This high volume of freight emissions is getting noticed, and researchers link them with the massive demand of fulfilling the deliveries of online purchases. Hence, a new term, urban freight, has been coined to address this. The issue is becoming huge now and hence calls for action. We have seen that urban freight emissions and packaging wastes are serious issues. Delivery trucks cause traffic on the city streets, not to mention the cardboard waste. Researchers and web articles are professing that urban freight is the next frontier for climate action in Canada. Urban Delivery Solutions Initiative has joined hands with businesses and organizations working to reduce urban freight emissions in Canadian cities. These organizations include FedEx, Purolator, and Canada Post. Let's move on to the possible solutions. Here, innovative solutions are not suggested since they would only be good on paper but not be easy to implement. Rather, commonly known solutions with timely and correct implementation would be fruitful. We must start by not promising next day deliveries and promoting curbside management practices at the same time. Clubbing the common short haul routes should be mandated to increase efficiency. Promoting the use of zero emission vehicles is being considered and being adopted by many delivery giants, but for that, an equally growing infrastructure needs to be developed simultaneously. For packaging, cutting down the use of excessive cardboard boxes and multiple layers and replacing them with sustainable materials would reduce the consumption as well as the ultimate waste. These commonly known practices could bring large scale results, save the environment, and then we can go back to shopping happily. And that will be all. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video.